Yo, it's your boy UNKASA. I'm here with Mikey T, the movie star. Report card ready, yo. You already know what it is.
So, UNKASA, let me ask you, what did you think when Jim Jones and French Montana put aside their issues?
That was a good thing for hip hop. That was a good thing because so much money was lost because of that. Because of our beefs, we wasn't able to link and do music and work with people that we really wanted to work with. We fucked with G Unit, you know what I'm saying? Slow was really the gap, to bridge that gap between Queens and Harlem early '09. He was the reason, he was the guy. He's responsible for the Benz Bentley Beamer song. He's responsible for that. He put Juelz and Banks together for the Beamer Benz and Bentley song. So, you know, and I had my own relationship from the late '90s with Fifth. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I used to go to Sony and shit with Bryce. You know, they used to have Fifth standing downstairs because, you know, Fifth was a high-head. Fifth would take plaques off the wall, break through. You know, Fifth was different. So they used to kind of leave him down in the lobby. He was like, yo, y'all going to see Tone and Pope. You telling niggas to be downstairs, you know. Fifth, that's his boo-boo days. This before he got signed to Dre. This is like right after he got shot. He was riding around in a bulletproof Jeep and shit like that.
So, Kasa, can you take me into first meeting 50 Cent then?
Right there in the Sony building in the lobby, my man Bryce Wilson introduced me. He's like, yo, that's 50, this is UNKASA. And when he said, yo, I heard about you. I heard you nice. I was like, yo, good looking. So like around that time I was buzzing in the streets. Then I started buzzing in the industry, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I met Fifth. I met Fifth in the lobby of Sony. You know, like I said, he was a high-head. He was gripped up, vest up, bulletproof truck. I think Gayo was with him at the time too, if I'm not mistaken.
Looking at him there, I mean, gripped up, aggressive as hell, as we knew G Unit to be. Did you ever look at him to be the, you know, a diamond selling recording artist?
I knew it was a matter of time before he made it big. His whole energy, his persona was different. You know what I'm saying? His whole persona was different. I knew it was just, he was destined for greatness. It was just a matter of time before he got his foot in the door the way he needed to be. You can tell, like, it's just certain niggas that just got it. It's a thing in the industry called it. It's just certain niggas got it. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of time. You know what I'm saying? It's, people don't understand. It's timing. 50 was been out doing shit with Onyx, doing shit with a whole bunch of people. Jam Master Jay, he had to blossom. You know what I'm saying? 50 probably wasn't ready the way he was once he got with Dre and M. You know what I'm saying? You got to develop. I know I had record deals. I listened to how I rap then and how I rap now, and I totally know I wasn't ready for the game, but they seen it in me. They, you know what I'm saying, whoever was signing me and giving me these deals and these checks, they seen it in me. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I said, I seen it in him early. I knew he was gonna be big. You know what I'm saying? Because he was a wild dude. You know what I'm saying? He was real aggressive back then. You know what I'm saying? I was in the studio tonight with Bryce. We was in Studio B in the Hit Factory when it was down on 54th Street or something like that, right across the street from Sony. And I seen Fifth like run out the building, like holding his hand, like after he got into that altercation. I remember that shit like it was yesterday. I was wild young too. And then I started hearing it on the radio and stuff like that. I was like, yo, I'm a part of some hip hop history. I was there for a lot of shit. Like last time I seen Fifth was at before our self-destruct movie premiere. And he like jumped over like a barricade and hit me in my motherfucking ribs mad hard too. I'm like, yo, damn, Fifth. He was like, yo, what up? Cause I've been telling Els I knew Fifth and all that and shit. So
in the last few years, there's been a few tragedies in New York hip hop, man. I want to ask, why is it such a common occurrence for artists from New York like Pop Smoke, Chinks Drugs? Like, why is it such a common occurrence for these artists to lose their lives?
Like I said earlier, your environment. Just because I'm a hip hop star and I'm popping all over MTV and stuff like that, and I got a bunch of money, don't mean my problems leave. You know what I'm saying? Don't mean the mindset leave. If I give a kid from my block $1,000,000 a day, he's not going to change. You know what's going to change? His address might change, his watch, his clothing, his bitch, his friends. That'll change. The mentality won't. People don't understand. Your money got to determine your mentality. If you're rich, that's exactly how your mentality got to be. As you grow in finances, you got to grow in intelligence. You cannot still be ignorant and your money's up here, because your money's up here but your mentality's down here. What's going to happen? Your money's going to come right under your ignorance, and then what's going to happen? You're going to fall. You're going to crash into a wall. So try to balance shit out and understand perspectives and put the right people around you. Test your people too. Test your people. See if niggas is on point. Test your people. Not saying to put out traps and stuff like that, but test your people to see if these are the right type of people that you need around you. Everybody can't go. You cannot dance to every tune. You know what I'm saying? It might be a favorite song. Sometimes you might have to sit out and just watch and observe the party and what's going on around your atmosphere and just around us. You know what I'm saying? I've been through the illest shit. You know what I'm saying? Robberies, home invasions. I've been through some ill shit just because a person might think you got more than what you got and don't know what you're doing. And it looks from a person that has nothing, and for me to have a little bit of something makes I say this. Some people nowadays look at your success as they failure. So just as much as I can be successful, it's a person out there that's taking my success and taking it like, making it seem like I think I'm better. No, it's you think I'm better. If you would just observe and do the research to whatever you trying to accomplish in life, you'll be successful at it too. But people will sit there and be mad about your car, and your crib, and your chain, and your watch, and don't know what you went through to obtain these type of things. All this shit, man, this shit don't mean nothing. This is a brand new piece I bought because I felt like I deserve to treat myself. I deserve to live the way I need to want to be. But I'm more laid back now. You know what I'm saying? I'm more observant. I'm more mindful of my surroundings. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to go stand on a block to prove that I'm tough. So you know, sometimes people put themselves out there to satisfy other people's egos. Like, I don't have to come to my neighborhood and stand on a block with a bunch of jewelry to prove that I'm tough. You know what I'm saying? That shit makes you dumb. You know what I'm saying? You're going to put yourself out there with a $20,000, $30,000 chain with people that can't even buy Chinese food or a bag of weed. What you think will happen? If people will start to understand these things that's going on out here, these kids will be better off. It's like this. For instance, say you got wild animals. Say you got a field of wild animals, right? And you the feast. It's just like you walking down a neighborhood with a bunch of jewelry and money on and you flaunting, right? To you, and that's just like you wearing a suit that's made of steak, and that's a bunch of wild animals. They're gonna attack you. You get what I'm saying? It's nature. It's mandatory. They're gonna attack you to survive. But if you put a little cap on your shit and move the way you need to move just on to be safe, that's what you need to do. Fuck what the other man think. I don't give a fuck about what the hood think, because at the end of the day, the hood is not gonna bury you. The hood is not gonna give your moms no money. The hood is not gonna give your moms no money for the lawyer if you commit a crime or none of that. I've never had an entourage, you know what I'm saying? Because I know what type of energy that brings. For them to feel a certain way and of empowerment, I would have to actually get into an altercation so they can solve it. If I get into an altercation and I got a bunch of niggas around me, shit fall on me, because we might not always be in the winner's corner. We might be on a losing streak, and not only losing far as a fight or altercation, somebody might lose their life. Somebody might go to prison for a long time. So me, I'm not gonna put myself in a situation to where I feel like I gotta go out with 30 people. You can ask some of the top promoters in the clubs when I was doing my club runs and my mixtape release parties. I would go show up to the club dolo. No bodyguards, all my jury off. It's a certain energy you give off. You know what I'm saying? But when you come in the club with 30, 40, you know, you got guys that's from your hood. They going to the club to get in the altercation because that's the environments they're in. So I never mixed my business with my street shit. You know what I'm saying? I let my street niggas know, if you want to be around this music shit, this is what type of time you got to be on. You got to be on music time. We not on street time. If you want to be on street time, you stay on the block. I don't want to do that no more. And then when you feel like you don't want to do that no more, this is the place for you. But until then, go do you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys can't do that because once they get the money, they feel like they're in power and they want people around them all day. The yes men, the people there, to stroke your egos, to make you feel like you that nigga. When the whole time you're not looking out for none of them. They just there for the champagne and pictures. And then when they go home to their girlfriends and you've been on tour with a nigga that's popping and you come home with nothing, your girl looking at you crazy. What the fuck you been doing on the road? You been going 2-3 weeks. You ain't come here with a dime, but you with so-and-so. Because these niggas got a fucked up perspective. You ain't going, when you around a rapper or some of that, find a position for you. Don't even wait for them to put you in a position to eat. Find something that you can benefit off that's going to help them as well as you. If you know producers, get them beats. If you know party promoters, get them gigs. Bring some money to the table. So with or without him, you always got something that's going on. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I tell them. Make sure you're a asset, not a liability. A lot of niggas around you be liabilities because as soon as something happens, you got to lawyer fees, bail, funeral homes, all type money to the family. I don't got no time for no shit like that. So I never put myself in a situation where I need no entourage. You know?
So to my knowledge, your issues with Gully TV started over him not being able to make money with you anymore. Am I wrong?
Nah. Mm-mm. I want to correct that too.
Because it seemed like he had hit you like, why would I hit you up if we can't get money together no more? Right?
Nah, right. What happened was he's basically saying like, yo, as long as we been cool, we ain't really make no big substantial amount of money together. Me, yo, relationships is can do more for me than money can ever do. Money, all I'm gonna do is spend that shit, invest that shit, and the money's gone. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna use that money to make more. But if you can't take a relationship that I introduce you to and make no money off of it, that's not me. That's not you know what I'm saying? That's not my fault. You get what I'm saying? I don't look at friendships. I don't build my relationships off of how much money I made with you. I build my relationships off of people, how much I've learned from you. You know what I'm saying? The knowledge is the money to me. I've learned how to, if I learned something from you, I could go get that money. You know what I'm saying? So it really wasn't no issue about no sweatsuits or nothing like that. You know, I guess that was just, you know, how he was feeling. But at the end of the day, you know, I've never looked at Gully as a financial stepping stone. You know what I'm saying? Or look at him like, oh, I can get some crazy. Like, I've made money with Gully. You know what I'm saying? We've made money together, but it's just like, I'm just, a lot of the endeavors that I'm doing now, I wasn't even doing when I was fucking with Gully. Like, I ain't have cranberry and vodka. You know what I'm saying? I was just an artist. You know what I'm saying? I ain't have the endeavors in the businesses that I have now. I was just an artist running around. I had some street money, and that was it. You know what I'm saying? But as we grew old, but if that's the perception that he took, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? And not saying he was right or wrong, but you know, to me, friendship, relationships are as bigger than a dollar can ever be, because I might not can make no money with you, but I can bet you I can learn something from you to make some money.
So you were saying you guys had linked initially in 2009. When did the problem start? Was it just recently, or was it?
Me and Gully really never had a problem. Me and Gully had a fallout due to me trying to mediate another situation that he had. He had some back and forth words with the OBH guys and my homeboy Tone Trump from Philly. So I kind of basically was trying to mediate it, and wound up me and Gully start going and getting into a back and forth over that, because he was basically telling me, like, don't tell him what type of content to post on his page. And he was right. You know what I'm saying? I stepped right out of that. Man, we had fell out. The next time I seen Gully after the fallout was on Prodigy's funeral. I bumped into Gully. He was at Prodigy's funeral. He had the Mobb Deep shirt on and shit. Queensbridge shirt on, rather, Queensbridge housing t-shirt. And that's how, you know, we just chopped it up, smoked a blunt, chopped it up, took a pic. It wasn't really nothing. It was never no beef with Gully. Like Gully, after Gully left Miami, Gully never went back home. Gully stayed with my brother, Skibo Debo, for at least 2 months. At least, at his crib. He didn't leave. You know what I'm saying? I put him around a real one. I'm gonna just say that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He respects Skibo. Skibo respect him. You know, like I said, we had our endeavors. You know what I'm saying? It was never. I've never had no ill willing to Gully. You know what I'm saying? Everybody be like, yo, how you fuck on when you say, yo, I've been fucking with Gully before he became this Gully TV. You get what I'm saying? So the shit that y'all, you know, depict of him, that's not my character of him, because I met him way before he was even on YouTube.
But no, on the real Kasa, I wanted to ask you, what were his issues with OBH that you tried to
It wasn't really with OBH. It was with OBH, but the thing that I was trying to mediate was him going back and forth with one of my Muslim brothers, Tone Trump. You know, he's real cool, close with my brother Skibo Debo. So we was basically trying to mediate the situation between them. You know what I'm saying? It went haywire. Me and Gully, we said things to each other. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, next time I seen Gully, I wasn't with nobody. I was by myself. Gully's a big dude too. I was by myself. I went to pay my respects to Prodigy. Me and him wound up just chopping it up, taking a picture, smoking a blunt, and we went our separate ways. Me and Gully, Gully slept in my house before. I slept in Gully house before. This is the picture I'm trying to paint for you. Like, Gully, I looked at as a friend, a big bro. You know what I'm saying? Me and Gully shared a lot of things. Gully got a lot of interviews, uncut shit that me and him shared. Yeah, he's still just sitting on. You know what I'm saying? Gully just did an interview the other day. He had on a lime green Adidas jacket that I gave him. You know what I'm saying? Like, me and him always bear gifts when we see each other. That's the type of relationship that me and Gully had. Whether it was a book, literature, music, a magazine, a piece of clothing. We always shared that. So that's the relationship me and Gully have with one another. Me and him I don't have no quarrel with Gully TV. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when I met him, he was doing what he was doing, but he also showed me another side. He was a businessman. You know, he was fit. He was smart. He put me on the books. You know what I'm saying? Every time I met him, every time I seen him, he was giving me a new book or something. Yo, read this, read that. So the depiction that y'all try to, like, not you, rather, but people try to pick that's how he is on his platform. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to sell what they sell. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, once you make a bed, you have to lay in it. So that's, you know, Gully's uncut raw. Say what the fuck you want, and he's going off that. You know what I'm saying? So
Right. That's why I had to leave it in the past, you know? But Gully really exposed himself in that whole situation, Kasa, because Gully TV put up a video basically trying to oust me from OBH, you know what I mean, which I'm not a part of, you know what I mean? I've always branded myself as Mikey T, the movie star, never as a part of a label or anything like that. But
let's call a spade, right? Because I'm going to give it to you raw. You, Mikey T, the movie star, right? You get a lot of backlash just because you white.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know, right? And we're going to call a spade. You get a lot of backlash because people feel like you're a culture vulture. You trying to exploit black culture, but you're really no different from what anybody else is doing. But you just a Caucasian man that is into hip hop and into the internet and into, you know, hip hop culture. You know what I'm saying? So you get a lot of slack from that. But if you like, what if you was a guy that like did like academic at first, never showed his face? You know what I'm saying? What if you was a black guy? You wouldn't be still getting the same slack. You might be getting some negative. You know, everybody gets it, but you wouldn't be getting what you getting if you had a different skin tone. And that's what people say. And that's the cycle I want to break. It was just like, yo, bro, I've met people that's Caucasian that knew more about hip hop and our culture than some black folks. You get what I'm saying? So it's not really the creed or the color. I just think it's just ignorant people, you know what I'm saying? And they quick to judge what they don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing your thing, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I see when you do your controversial thing, you know, controversial shows, but it just, like I said, it's just like once y'all figure out how to really, you know, just still be able to come across the way I want to come across, but put a little 10 on it, I think it'll be better because you're a journalist. You don't need to rub people too much in the wrong way because you want to be out and about with your family too, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you might rub the wrong person that's not from the same walk of life. I don't know what your background is, but 9 times out of 10, the guys that you might rub the wrong way is not from your walk of life. So when they see you, they're gonna handle you the way they would handle a person from their walk of life. You know what I'm saying? You might be from a walk of life. You have a beef with a person. You might say something. You see him. You might want to talk it out or explain. These guys might want to crack your fucking head over impulse just because they feel disrespected because it's gone viral and it's on a big blog. That's why I always tell these guys, like, if you would get more interviews and more endorsements if the content that if you shift your energy in a different content format to where it's still controversial, but it ain't so rubbing people the wrong way. You don't want to be a journalist that nobody don't want to fuck with. Journalists eat off of content. You don't always want one side. Say you do an interview and you talking about some beef shit, but you only getting one side of the beef. You're not getting both sides because one guy don't want to fuck with you, and this guy just might want to get his clout off and know that you have a platform he can talk his shit. You got to figure out some way how to meet them in the middle so people will respect you as a journalist, because all y'all doing is journalism, but people don't really understand your angle. You know what I'm saying? They don't. They just because of your skin tone, it makes you like, yo, what the fuck this guy Mikey T talking about? I smack the shit out of him when I'm saying. That's what
Yeah.
you give off.
Yeah,
But
that's what Maserati Fox said. You know, just because I interviewed Bangum Smurf and Domination back in the day.
yeah, because it's just like you gotta know what walls you gotta pick because shit be deeper than music. Like y'all get it. Like these is two rappers. No, these is two street niggas that just so happen to rap. You get it? It's a different from a rap. It's different from a nigga like J. Cole and a nigga like Young King Von. King Von's in the trenches. J. Cole ain't in no trenches. He might have came up hard and went through shit that you go through normal teenager being fucked up broke. These new motherfuckers came up with killing, drilling, backdooring motherfuckers, doing all type of shit that can send them to jail forever. You get what I'm saying? And that's what the game is. And that's why I be like, yo, you know what? I learned from the Flip interview because I went up there and, you know, some of my peoples took certain things that I said out of content. I ain't really say nothing that I feel that the public ain't know anyway. You know what I'm saying? I was just enlightening from my perspective. But then when you start touching on issues that's touching the other motherfuckers, it don't matter what you said about it. You said something. You get what I'm saying? And it might be, they might not feel like you're validated to speak on such issues. You know what I'm saying? So like I tell all journalists, try to, you know, choose your wars and your stories you want to cover wisely because it might not be hip hop shit. It might be hip hop artists and it's some real street shit. You get what I'm saying? Everybody's not gonna end like Jeezy and Gucci, be able to somebody to 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 be in that type of a beef and then do one of their songs together. Everything don't end like that. You know what I'm saying? It can end bad.
So, Kasa, I wanted to ask you, did you ever get the chance to meet Casanova?
I met Casanova on a few occasions. I met Casanova back in the days before he was Casanova, because Skull Gang, we was connected to Brooklyn cats, Queens cats, and they all ran in the same circle. So, but I introduced myself to Casanova at a Dave East party. I walked with someone and said, I fuck what you doing. That's what type of guy I am. You know what I'm saying? If I see something I like and you there, I'm not going to be a nigga that be like, yo, I'm not going to be bumping your shit in my house. And then when I see you, not say, what's up to you. You get what I'm saying? I'm going to let you know I'm a fan of your shit. And that's, you know, he always came off cool. You know what I'm saying? I was there that night. He almost got popping with 6ix9ine at the Dipset concert. I was standing right there. He hold his own. You know what I'm saying? He hold his own. He was ready to get it popping.
You wanted to go and bust 6ix9ine that night?
It wasn't really with 6ix9ine. It was with the entourage.
Okay.
But yeah, he you know, he Casanova. He from a different cloth. I'm him. He's originally from the Bronx. They moved to Brooklyn because I got some people from the Bronx that told me that Casanova from out there. I don't know how true it is, but that's what I heard.
What did you think about the situation with him that sort of popped up out of nowhere?
It's the company you keep. Shit is not going to just change because you turn into a rapper. That shit that you do on the street still attached to you. When you get that rap check, you got to get the fuck away from shit that's going to incriminate you because you're not that same. You bust your ass all your life to get a record deal, right? But then some shit from 15 years ago can get brought up and fuck everything that you worked for all your life. You got to weigh it out. Do I want to be the same street nigga, or do I want to be a nigga that's out here feeding their family? You know what I'm saying? Putting other people in position. See, the thing where a lot of people nowadays, and especially when I came in, people get in a position of power don't put other people in a position to win. You know what I'm saying? Still to this day, I see guys get money, and the first thing that they do is waving in people's face that don't got nothing anyway. So not only that they don't got nothing, they willing to take everything from you. And they should, because the way you're projecting yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you putting yourself out there in the way, don't be mad if somebody come book you or somebody come rob you because you bragging, you boasting, you doing this certain thing. Stand on that shit you talking. It's plenty of rappers that don't go through the shit Casanova 6ix9ine and none of the Dipset. There's plenty of rappers that don't go through none of that shit. You don't hear Kanye going through that shit. What you hear? Kanye ranting, bugging the fuck out, his wife. You don't hear Kanye getting into trouble with another rapper about some shit. And if he do say something about a rapper, niggas know Kanye just fucking crazy. He just say what the fuck he want. You know what I'm saying? On the other, like, it's the image that you portray. If you're a gangster rapper, prepared for gangster shit to happen at some point. There's no way you can be throwing up blood or throwing up crap. People in that temperament is not going to try you. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. It's going to happen because the surroundings and the image that you're portraying. You get what I'm saying? Lil Dicky ain't going through the shit that Casanova's going through. They're in a whole different realm. You get what I'm saying? Exactly. I'm not giving people the energy to deface what I've worked, my legacy that I've worked for years. Before, let me tell you this, right? Before it was a Dipset, right? Before it was Purple City, any of that shit, I was always me. Before I got around Cam, I was always me. I remember Cam took me to Sony before, and everybody that he wanted to introduce me to in the office already knew me. I already been up in that office 4 or 5 times. Feet up, rolling weed, shit like that. Gun on me, chains on, ignorant young nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? I already been up in the building. So it's like, yo, damn, I'm trying to get you a deal. Everybody fucking know you. Who the fuck am I introducing you to? So I've been me before I got connected to anybody because this is what I wanted. I've never been into sports. Only thing I ever did was watch TV and listen to music. Smoke weed and get fly. Fuck bitches. That's it. That was my mentality. My mentality is totally different nowadays. You get what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm 41. I might look young because I didn't come from the era of you abusing wild drugs and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I smoke weed. I rarely drink. You know what I'm saying? If I do drink, it's champagne or margarita. I don't drink hard liquor like that. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I still smoke pounds of weed.
Good shit. That's good to know because that's the only shit that I do.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say I'm in no gym. I don't work out, none of that shit. I just take care of my body. The only thing I need to do now is just to drink more water, shit like that, pray more, stuff like that. Everything else is just it comes with the game. I was in Clubhouse like a week ago, and they had a discussion about all the violence that was taking place that week. Bootsy, Mo 3, Benny the Butcher, and stuff like that, right?
Right.
So I try to nowadays, as being a public figure, you kind of gotta watch what you say and how you say it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm nowadays I'm kind of mindful of what I say and how I say it. So when I do say something, I want you to, the way I said it, I want you to receive it in that way. You know what I'm saying? So somebody asked me, like, how you feel about the Benny Butcher? I said, yo, it's unfortunate because once we make it, we feel obligated to always be us. You know what I'm saying? It was like, it's just like, I'm from the dirt. I'm from Buffalo, New York. I bust my ass to get here, right? I'm looking at it from Benny's perspective, right? I bust my ass to get here. I should be able to wear my chain and my watch wherever I fucking want. I earned this shit. It's my trophy. You know what I'm saying? It's a code of respect. You know what I'm saying? But then you gotta look in the perspective like this. I'm just going to Walmart. What the fuck I even need all this shit on for? Just my face is enough recognition if I'm tripping on being recognized, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that's the perspective that Benny was on, but it's just like, it's a time and a place for everything. I'm not going to go to a Walmart with a bunch of jewelry on. I'm not going to pull up in no, I'm going to pull up in something very discreet. If I'm a superstar, I'm trying to be as low as possible in Walmart and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you can incite riots and just your day will be, you know, you just trying to go in, get some underwear, some teas, maybe some food, and be low and get in and get out of there. I don't want no attention on me. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I say a lot of us that's getting this money now, we got to just put our minds in different perspective and know what type of surroundings I am. Anytime I've ever went out of town, from Atlanta to Miami to Houston, anywhere I went in this planet, LA, I've always touched down with the niggas that's running those streets. You got to be connected with people in the streets. Not saying to be a pussy or be a punk or you got to check in, because that's the perception. A lot of people, oh, I'm not checking in with nobody. It's not about checking in. It's about connecting with people to make sure you're safe. You know what I'm saying? It's some guys that use that checking in stuff for friendly extortion, but it's also guys that just want you to check them when you in their backyard, like you should. I don't want to be caught naked. I want to be as comfortable as possible when I'm in foreign territory. You know what I'm saying? Foreign territory to me is where you're not from. So as hip-hop artists, we got to learn how to conduct ourselves in these environments. Sometimes we got to keep the jury in a bag and just, you know what I'm saying, just be plain Jane for a day. You know what I'm saying? It ain't. Sometimes it's not cause for the theatrics. You know what I'm saying? If you just going to get something to eat or going to get something from Walmart, that's what you tend to be. But to each his own. Like I said, I don't want nobody to take this song away because he deserved to wear what the fuck he want to wear. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, we just got to be mindful in the surroundings that we are, and we got to learn how to start conducting ourselves in certain ways, just for survival tactics. You know what I'm saying? They ain't always got to be on defense. You know what I'm saying?
And major salute to Benny the Butcher. Keep on pushing. Dope message.
Definitely. Shout out to the whole Griselda, Benny, Conway, West Side.
Yep.
I love them dudes because I know they struggle. I've definitely been out on the streets and in them traps of Buffalo, and I know they like Buffalo got to be probably one of the most poverty-stricken cities in America. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely understand their pain and their background and where they from. So salute to Benny and get well, bro. You know what I'm saying? Live your life the way you fucking want. You know what I'm saying? You deserve every fucking thing you got. But just be a little bit mindful of the vultures and the animals that's out there that's just waiting to attack us just for being us. You know what I'm saying? Some people is not even happy with themselves. You know what I'm saying? And they miserable people. So they don't want to see you happy or enjoy yourself or reap the fruits of your labor. You know what I'm saying? So just be mindful that there's assholes out here. Just kind of conduct yourself in different ways. Getting too much money, just still think like a ghetto nigga. Sorry for my phrase, but they'll understand it when they hear this shit.
I just want to ask you about Bobby Shmurda and Rowdy Rebel facing like such harsh realities. You know, Dipset was obviously just as big or obviously bigger of a group than GS9. Like, how did you guys avoid all of these associations?
Once niggas got record deals, niggas hung that street shit up. You know what I'm saying? We had street dudes around us, but for as us getting our hands dirty and doing some shit that's gonna send us away forever, we wasn't doing that shit. Like I said, Niggas is on defense just because of who we are. We ain't looking for no trouble. You crack your fucking head, you get out of line. Anybody that's from the street, that's the mentality. But I always tell the guys, like, you might not happen overnight, but you got to gradually change your life once you start getting this rap money. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we basically stayed the fuck. You know, Dipset is infamous and connected to a lot of negative shit too, as the media would say. But for the most part, it could have been a lot worse if we still had those mentalities that we were still street niggas. Once we signed them record deals and shit, we wasn't street niggas. We was recording artists. We was investments to the record labels and stuff like that. So that's how you got to think. You know what I'm saying? I know everybody's independent now, but back then, you know, the record labels, they was responsible for you. You know what I'm saying? They was the ones that's putting up the big bonds and so it was depending on how much you was worth, how much of an asset you was. If you was a liability and you was getting a bunch of shit, they was definitely cutting you loose like this. Get that nigga the fuck out of here. He ain't selling no records anyway. Get him out of here. He costing us too much money. But if you're a nigga that's doing 10, 20 million and all that crazy, stupid numbers and all that, they'll put up their deal with you because they know you're an asset. They know you can bring money to them. You know what I'm saying? They're going to protect their investment. That's just with any smart businessman. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Rebel. Welcome home, man. You can see that he still need adjusting. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I'm pretty sure he's on papers, probably on parole, so he can't smoke weed, he can't be his normal self. So he got to take adjustment. You got to understand, man. You took a young man away from his family, away from his friends for 6 years.
Right.
Lock him away. He do his time, and you just put him back into society. What you think shit is going to be still the same. I just hope that he got some positive people around him that can guide him and to let him know, like, yo, you don't want to end up back where you just came from. So you're a businessman now. Came home to a lovely home, bunch of jewelry, bunch of money, bunch of love. Not saying you can't catch back because we know you cannot get no time back, but, you know, try to catch up a little bit. You missed 6 years, you know, go out there and bust your ass, get that bag, man. Y'all the money boys. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing but the Shmurdas, you know what I'm saying? So go get that bag, man, get rich. That, you know, you want to get those motherfucking COs and everything mad and stay out of there. You know what I'm saying? They happy when you into there. You want to keep them mad and keep them hating, stay out of jail. Keep being successful. Because that motherfucker still will be working that shitty ass job and you going to be on the docking on the yacht in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea with a bunch of street niggas from Brooklyn and living the life you supposed to live. You know what I'm saying? There's a time and place for everything. I'm pretty sure that he educated himself while he was in it. You know what I'm saying? You know, and like I said, he was a young kid. The kids was like 19, 20 years old. You know what I'm saying? 24, 25 years old. They coming home 30. They missed a lot of time. So, you know, of course they're going to go right back to what their environment, because that's what they, you know, that's all they know. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're doing that time, you can't wait to get back to the world. But when you come out, you're in the middle of pandemics. Things are a little different. Shit shut down. You can't be, you know. You know, I see you got the little studio, in-house studio in the crib, got a beautiful home. Stay in the crib, man. You know what I'm saying? Once some girls, you know, get your selective one that you can trust like that to bring your crib, get you a little shorty. If you got a little shorty, you stay with your shorty, you know, stay with your family, stay with your brother, you know, create that new smoney sound, you know what I'm saying? Get to the bag, man. It's unfortunate that we losing guys like Pop Smoke, King Bomb, Mo3 to street violence. And it's just because, you know, it's a lack of guidance in hip hop. That's what we're missing. We missing OGs. There's a bunch of old ass kids out here. Motherfuckers is 40, 50 years old and they kids. And I'm talking about in the mentality. It's like motherfuckers is on their third and fourth childhood. You know what I'm saying? What comes with age is wisdom. If you're not getting wise as you get older, you just a little ass, you just a grown ass little nigga, just a grown ass little boy. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't claim to be no fucking gangster. I ain't never been no gangster. I did gangster shit. Not no gangster though. I'm a realist. I'm not taking no shit from nobody. I'm not no sucker. I'm far from a gangster. I don't want to be no gangster. But gangster shit to me right now is just taking care of my daughter, taking care of my moms, my family, staying the fuck out the way, empowering my people. That's gangster shit. But, you know, try to stay focused. Shout out to everybody that's you know, going through it. You know, this time shall pass. Stay prayed up. Keep the blessing blockers away from you. Keep all the negative energy away from you. Pray, stay prayed up. You know what I'm saying? Take vacations. You know what I'm saying? Even if you got to get tested for a virus or whatever, you know, travel. Don't let this shit trap your mind. That's what I tell people. You know what I'm saying? Because we forget we still in a pandemic, and these days is going fast. Summer's gonna be right back around the corner, just because of the long recess that we took in 2020. It's right back around. So just, you know, in this first quarter, it just opened up. So get on your money, get this bag, bust these quarters, get $1 million a quarter. You know what I'm saying? By the end of the year, you be 4 M's up if you can get $1 million a quarter. You know, build strong mind teams. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't got to rap. Get some motherfuckers around you that know how to invent something. You know, invest in real estate. Calm down on the jewelry and the cars and the clothes. Go get you some land. You know what I'm saying? Try to get your record expunged because you can. Just do the research. You know what I'm saying? Try to clean up your act. You know, get your credit together. See, hip hop artists is not gonna tell you shit like that. So I ain't gonna get on here and do a bunch of gossiping with you. I'm gonna be me. You know what I'm saying? Anything you ask me about something, I'm gonna tell you. But I'm gonna just keep it funky because I've never been a clout chaser. You know what I'm saying? I ain't chasing no clout. I know once everybody see this and see the caption and all that, you know, people's gonna go through it because they just gonna think of a bunch of negative shit. Like, we can't sit here, two human beings, and have an intellectual conversation about hip hop, about life, about other artists, without rubbing people the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, well, you know, a bunch of people was like, you know, don't fuck with Mikey T, this, that, and the third, this, that, and the, man. Listen, y'all get up here and say what y'all want on Mikey T. I get up on here and say what I want with Mikey T. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get a good understanding of what type of person I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no clout chaser. I ain't here to downplay nobody, but you ask me something, I'm definitely going to answer to my best of my ability. I'll stay as politically correct as possible, but, you know, a lot of people just get up on your platform and just jump out the window and then they blame you. Nah, you the media person, you the journalist. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to ask these questions. It's up to me if I want to answer them or not. You know what I'm saying? But people that, you know, they use this, you know, to get their clout or whatever. But like I said, I'm enjoying this interview. You know what I'm saying? This is definitely gonna be a different perspective, you know, of a Mikey T interview. You know what I'm saying? People is gonna
Definitely, it's definitely a great interview. I'm gonna agree with you there.